as a Sunday sermon. Junie's daddy was a preacher man, stern as a Sunday sermon. Marcus warned me, watch yourself cold. He don't take kindly to no vermin. I put on my one good shirt, comb my hair the best I could. I put on my one good shirt, comb my hair the best I could. Walked up to his little house, feeling nervous as a green cut wood. I'm asking Junie's father now, head in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking Junie's father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. He set me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. He set me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. Studied me a long, long moment like he was reading through my past. I'm asking Junie's father now, head in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking Junie's father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. I heard about Memphis, he said slow, heard about the life he led. I heard about Memphis, he said slow, heard about the life he led. Heard about women, heard about money, heard the road that you were fed. I didn't try to hide a single piece, told him every mile, every fall. I didn't try to hide a single piece, told him every mile, every fall. Told him about Delilah, Rosalie, Ray Kingston, told him truthfully, told him all. He listened close, didn't interrupt, just nodded slow and grim. He listened close, didn't interrupt, just nodded slow and grim. When I finished, he was quite a while before he looked at me again. I'm asking Junie's father now, head in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking Junie's father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. A man who tells the truth about his failings, he said, ain't the same as a man who hides. A man who tells the truth about his failings, he said, ain't the same as a man who hides. I marry fools who look much cleaner, standing pretty at my side. My daughter don't need clean, he said she needs a man who's finally found his ground. My daughter don't need clean, he said she needs a man who's finally found his ground. You sure you found it, son, or is this porch just one more town? I looked that old preacher dead in the eye, and for a moment I thought about every road I'd walked since Delilah left. The midnight train, the crossroads outside Clarksville, Memphis, Ray, Rosalie, the long walk back to the Copper Kettle, the juke joint circuit, Willie's kindness, and finally this very porch. And I told him the truest thing I knew. Sir, I've been lost enough times to know exactly what fine feels like now. I ain't perfect, and I ain't finished changing, but I know this. Every road I ever walked was leading me towards somebody who didn't need me to be nothing but honest. That's your daughter. I ain't asking to stop walking altogether, I'm asking if she'd walk it with me. And if you trust me enough to let her. He was quiet a long moment, then he stood up slow, held out his hand and said, well, that's the first honest thing a man said to me on this porch in a long while. Jesse Cole. He shook my hand firm and slow, said you got my blessing, son. He shook my hand firm and slow, said you got my blessing, son. But you break her heart the way that Memphis broke you, we'll have another run. I laughed relieved and thanked him proper, promised I'd hold true. hold true. He called Junie out onto the porch, said, "Girl, I believe he's fit for you." Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a whole new life breaking there. Didn't offer me a seat too fast. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. Studied me a long, long moment, like he was reading through my past. I'm asking Junie's father now, hat in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking Junie's father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. Studied me a long, long moment, like he was reading through my past. I'm asking Junie's father now, hat in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking Junie's father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. The bus rolled slow through towns I used to pass and race fine cars. The bus rolled slow through towns I used to pass and race fine cars. Everything looked smaller now, though I hadn't traveled far. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. Felt something loosen in my chest, a weight I carried coming unwound. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to where the story been. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to find out what I meant. Before the lights, before the money, before the year I nearly spent. An old man sat beside me, asked if I was headed home. An old man sat beside me, asked if I was headed home. I told him I wasn't rightly sure, just knew I couldn't keep on this way, couldn't roam. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to where the story been. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to find out what I meant. Before the lights, before the money, before the year I nearly spent. good sign, same feeling I once fled. I walked the last few blocks on foot, guitar heavy on my back. I walked the last few blocks on foot, guitar heavy on my back. Every step felt like a winding time along a well-worn track. I saw the copper kettle sign still hanging crooked as before. I saw the copper kettle sign still hanging crooked as before. My hand was shaking just a little as I reached out for that door. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to where the store had been. I'm going back to the kettle now, back to find out what I meant. Before the lights, before the money, before the year I nearly spent. Smelled just the same, whiskey, sawdust, and cigar. The room smelled just the same, whiskey, sawdust, and cigar. And there behind the bar stood Otis, same as always, same as far. Otis looked up slow, did a double take, and near about dropped the glass. Otis looked up slow, did a double take, and near about dropped the glass. Jesse Cole, he said, half laughing, didn't think I'd see that face. Otis told me Big Sam still played most Fridays, still had that same corner table, still ordered the same drink he never finished. Said he'd ask about me sometimes, wondering out loud if the Memphis lights had swallowed me whole. I asked if he was around tonight. Otis just smiled and nodded toward the back room, where I could hear a fiddle warming up slow and familiar, like a voice I hadn't realized how much I'd missed till I heard it again. I stood in that doorway a long moment, guitar case heavy in my hand, heart pounding harder than it ever did, walking on the inner stage in Memphis. I thought about everything that happened since I last stood in that same spot. Delilah's midnight train, Rosalie's green eyes, Ray's fine print, the whole gilded cage of it. And here I was again, back at the start, except I wasn't the same boy who walked in the first time. Slow, and there sat Big Sam, fiddle in his hand. I pushed the door open slow, and there sat Big Sam, fiddle in his hand. He looked up at me over his glasses, didn't seem the least bit grand. Just said, well, look what the midnight train done drug back in tonight. Just said, well, look what the midnight train done drug back in tonight. I laughed first real laughing once, and it felt exactly right. He waved me over to the table, said, sit down, tell me where you've been. He waved me over to the table, said, sit down, tell me where you've been. I set my guitar down easy and finally let the whole truth in. Wow! right here. I made it back to the kettle now, after a hard and costly year. A costly year. Got 6 strings on my shoulder, and then a friend who still holds me dear. Well, old man sat beside me, asked if I was headed home. The bus rolled slow through towns I used to pass and race fine cars. Everything looked smaller now, though I hadn't traveled far. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. I watched the cotton fields go by, white as clouds against the ground. Felt something loosening in my chest to wait out the carrot, cotton unwound. I'm going back to the kettle now. Cooked like nobody else I'd known. Willie's wife was named Loretta. Cooked like nobody else I'd known. Had a house outside of Jackson that felt more like home than my own. Every time we rolled back through, she'd have a plate set at the door. Every time we rolled back through, she'd have a plate set at the door. Never asked for nothing back, just fed us till we couldn't eat no more. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. First real family table I sat at since I left my daddy's place. Their kids would climb up on my lap and ask about the road. Their kids would climb up on my lap and ask about the road. I tell them stories, some of them true, about every town I know. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. First real family table I sat at since I left my daddy's place. Loretta asked me one evening, stirring pots above the flame. Loretta asked me one evening, stirring pots above the flame. You ever think of settling, Jesse? Finding a woman, finding your own name. I told her about Delilah, about Rosalie's green eyes and lies. I told her about Delilah, about Rosalie's green eyes and lies. She just shook her head and smiled, said, you ain't met the right one, that's no surprise. The right one don't need convincing, she said, and don't need chasing down. The right one don't need convincing, she said, and don't need chasing down. She'll just sit beside you quiet and somehow won't feel like a frown. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, simple as bread and grace. First real family table I sat at since I left my daddy's place. I helped Willie fix the fence line on a Sunday we weren't playing. I helped Willie fix the fence line on a Sunday we weren't playing. Sweating simple labor, no crowd around us swaying. Marcus brought his little sister by name of Junie, quiet and kind. Marcus brought his little sister by name of Junie, quiet and kind. She didn't fawn or flatter none, just sat and hummed along, easy in her mind. I noticed Junie, the way you notice weather changing, slow, and then all at once. She wasn't trying to catch my eye like Rosalie used to. Wasn't waiting on my next record or my next big show. She just sat on Willie's porch steps humming along to whatever I played, sometimes correcting my chords with a laugh, saying, that ain't how the old hymns go, Jesse. Loretta caught me watching her one evening and just smiled that no one smiled. Didn't say a word, just went back to stirring her pot like she'd already seen. The whole story before it even started, I thought about Big Sam's advice about the blues coming from truth. And I wondered if maybe truth could sound like something gentler than heartbreak for once. Like a porch and a hymn sung slightly wrong, and a woman who didn't need a single thing from me except my honest company. Hey, I stayed an extra week in Jackson, telling the band I needed rest. I stayed an extra week in Jackson, telling the band I needed rest. Willie just grinned and winked at Mark and said rest. Sure, that's what he calls it, I guess. Julie taught me her family's hymns, old songs passed down through years. Julie taught me her family's hymns, old songs passed down through years. I taught her a little of the blues, and for once there weren't no fears. Yeah! Hey! Take it slow now. Let it go. Loretta packed us food for the road when it finally came time to leave. Loretta packed us food for the road when it finally came time to leave. Julie stood on the porch and waited, and something in my chest began to grieve. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen that I'll carry down every road. There's a kindness in Willie's wife's kitchen, ooh, lighter than any load, lighter than that. Got 6 dreams on my shoulder and a feeling I ain't fully known. Wide and slow. I rode into Vicksburg with a Mississippi wide and slow. Found a bar down by the levee where the lantern light hung low. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, sharp and kind. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, sharp and kind. Said, you play that thing for real, or you just wasting my time. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I sat down on that little stage, tuned my strings up nice and tight. I sat down on that little stage, tuned my strings up nice and tight. The room went quiet, slow around me like they sensed I'd bring the light. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. Played them songs about Delilah, songs about the midnight train. I played them songs about Delilah, songs about the midnight train. Songs about a cage of gold and every ounce of hard-earned pain. An old riverboat man in the corner wiped a tear he tried to hide. An old riverboat man in the corner wiped a tear he tried to hide. Said, boy, you singing my whole life, and I ain't never told a soul, but you just testified. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Ain't heard truth like that in this room since my late husband's final vows. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I played till near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. I played till near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. But every song felt lighter than the one that came before it, like shedding skin. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Man who plays like that deserves a roof, deserves a chance to plant a seed. I laid awake that night in Miss Odessa's back room, listening to the river moving slow past the window, and I thought about something that old riverboat man said to me. You singing my whole life. That's when it hit me clear, clearer than it ever had in Memphis. With all them lights and all them numbers Ray kept counting. The music was never about making myself into somebody bigger. It was about giving folks a place to put down what they've been carrying along. Delilah's leaving, Rosalie's silence, Ray's fine print, all of it had just been teaching me how to carry other people's hurt inside a song. Gentle enough that they could finally set their own hurt down for a minute. I thought about Big Sam's words about the blues not coming from applause. I understood them fully now, laying in that quiet room by the river. The blues comes from being honest enough to let a stranger see you clear. Miss Odessa's little bar got full of words, spreading left and right. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame kept finding its way around. Sing it true, sing it Jesse. Miss Odessa said one evening, you ever think of settling down? I told her the road still called me softer now, less like a frown. Said there's towns further on that need a song they ain't heard yet. She smiled and said, well, don't be a stranger, Jesse. This river don't forget. One night in Vicksburg turned to many, and I'm grateful for them all. One night in Vicksburg taught me something bigger than any concert hall. Yeah, the town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. Stage, playing every single night. I stayed in Vicksburg 2 more weeks, playing every single night. Miss Odessa's little bar got full of words, spreading left and right. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame Odessa, sharp and kind. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, sharp and kind. Said you play that thing for real, or you just a waste of my time. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I stepped down on that little stage, tuned my strings up nice and tight. I sat down on that little stage. Just as the sun began to fall, we rode into Jackson just as the sun began to fall. I jumped out for the truck at even stop, didn't wait for Willie's call. Junie was sitting right there on the porch like she already knew. Junie was sitting right there on the porch like she already knew the exact hour I'd come walking up that road, straight back to you. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Ain't no crowd, ain't no bright lights, just a feeling I finally know. She didn't jump up running, didn't make a big old scene. She didn't jump up running, didn't make a big old scene. Just patted the step beside her, calm as a Sunday morning serene. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Ain't no crowd, ain't no bright lights, just a feeling I finally know. I sat down close beside her, guitar resting at my feet. I sat down close beside her, guitar resting at my feet. She looked at me a long moment and said, "You look tired but complete." I told her about Birmingham, about turning down that steady pay. I told her about Birmingham, about turning down that steady pay. She just nodded slow and quiet like she'd known I'd choose this way. I wasn't gonna ask you to stay. She said it wasn't my place to bend your road. I wasn't gonna ask you to stay. She said it wasn't my place to bend your road. But I sure am glad you chose it. Glad you carried home this load. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Sitting on the porch steps, watching the evening settle slow. Ain't no crowd, ain't no bright lights, just a feeling I finally know. Loretta brought us out some tea, didn't linger, left us be. Loretta brought us out some tea, didn't linger, left us be. Willie hollered from the yard, "Don't wait too long now, cold to speak honestly." I laughed and looked over at Junie, feeling braver than before. I laughed and looked over at Junie, feeling braver than before. Took her hand there on the porch steps, didn't need to say much more. I told Junie everything that evening, till I was leaving Rosalie's lies, Ray Kingston's fine print, every mile of road that led me finally to that exact porch step. She listened close, didn't flinch, didn't try to fix nothing or make it prettier than it was. When I finished, she just squeezed my hand and said, "Sounds like the road was teaching you something the whole time, Jesse. Sounds like maybe you needed to lose a few things before you knew what was worth keeping." I thought about my daddy's guitar, about Big Sam's warning, about every hard lesson wrapped up in 6 strings and a busted heart. And I thought, sitting there with Junie's hand in mine, that maybe this was what all that walking had been leading toward. Not fame, not money, not even redemption exactly. Just a porch, an honest woman, and a peace I hadn't known I was chasing. Stars came out slow above us, one by one across the sky. Stars came out slow above us, one by one across the sky. Junie hummed an old hymn soft, and I hummed along, didn't know why. I asked her, would you mind if I stayed a while, not just passing through? I asked her, would you mind if I stayed a while, not just passing through? She smiled and said, "Jesse Cole, I've been minding that since I first heard you sing true. Stay a while now." We sat there talking long past midnight, the porch light burning low. We sat there talking long past midnight, the porch light burning low. For the first time in a long, long while, I wasn't aching to go. Sitting on the porch steps, and for once I ain't in a hurry to leave. Sitting on the porch steps, learning how to simply believe. Simply believe. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a heart that finally can breathe. Morning breaks on Clarksdale with the rooster's rusty crowing. Jesse wakes on Big Sam's couch, a blanket rough and thin. Reaches for his guitar first before his boots of breakfast. Something in that habit feels like breathing once again. Big Sam's already up and moving, coffee on the stovetop. Says there's grits if you want some, ain't fancy like you used to. Jesse laughs, first real laugh in months, says fancy never fed me half as good as what you're cooking, Sam, and that's the honest truth. They sit out on the porch step while the morning burns off slowly. Big Sam hands him coffee, black, no sugar, just the way Jesse used to take it back before the Nashville parties, before the world convinced him playing was something to give away. A neighbor walks by slow and waves, don't ask for autographs or pictures, just says morning Sam and morning to the stranger by his side. Jesse realizes nobody here cares much about the magazine covers, feels a weight come off his shoulders, wide as Delta sky is wide. Big Sam pulls his own guitar out, says let's see what you remember. Starts a simple 12-bar blues the way he taught him years ago. Jesse joins in hesitant at first and finds the old groove waiting. Something clicks back into place he didn't know he'd let go. And nothing polished, just 2 men and 2 guitars beneath the porch roof morning light. Jesse feels his hands remembering something deeper than the fingers, a rhythm that don't need 10,000 people to feel right. And the porch boards creak familiar, and the coffee's going cold, and the music's getting simpler, getting truer, growing old. 6 strings on the porch step, midnight train still running, whiskey glass forgotten on a shelf I hardly see. that you're chasing after me. Word starts spreading slow through Clarksdale that the coal boy has come home. A few folks stop to listen when Big Sam's porch starts to play. Jesse feels a nervousness at first, like Nashville's watching, judging, then remembers these are neighbors, not reporters, and lets that fear give way. By evening, there's a small crowd gathered loose around the porch steps. Nothing like the arenas, nothing like the diamond lights. Jesse plays a song he's never played before, something new and honest about a man who lost his way and found it back some quiet night. An old woman in the small crowd, maybe 70 years old, came up to Jesse after the songs had finished and took his hand in both of hers, rough and warm. She said, "Baby, I heard you on the radio a few years back. Sounded pretty, sounded like money. But this, what you just played on this porch, this sounds like somebody's soul." Jesse didn't know what to say to that. He thanked her, quiet, and she nodded like she understood more than he'd said out loud after she walked off into the evening. Jesse sat back down next to Big Sam and thought about all the stages, all the reviews, all the magazine covers calling him the Prince of Beale Street. None of it had ever felt as true as one old woman holding his hand on a Clarksdale porch, telling him she'd heard his soul in the music. Maybe that's what he'd lost somewhere in Nashville. Not the talent, not the six strings, just the willingness to let the soul show through them. Big Sam claps him on the shoulder once the small crowd's finally scattered. Says, "That's the sound I always knew was hiding in your chest." Jesse looks out at the darkening fields beyond the porch light. Says, "I think I finally understand what home really meant." Jesse's harmonica answered, steady now and true, not in true. Night air and retangled in the porch light glow. Two sounds finding rhythm in the only home they know. Six strings on the porch step, midnight train still running. Whiskey glass forgotten on a shelf I hardly see. Six strings on the porch step, learning how the sunrise feels different when I'm playing just for what it means to me. Big Sam here beside me, teaching me again to grow. Daddy's guitar is finally home. Finally home, finally home, finally home. Stars come out over Clarksdale, same as every night before. Jesse sits alone a moment once the porch is finally clear. Six strings resting in his lap beneath the same old sky. 50 songs of running led him back to where he's always feared and loved and steered. Morning breaks on Clarksdale with a rooster's rusty crowing. Jesse wakes on Big Sam's couch, a blanket rough and thin. Reaches for his guitar first before his boots or breakfast. Something in that habit feels like breathing once again. Big Sam's already up and moving, coffee on the stovetop. Says there's grits if you want some, ain't fancy like you used to. Jesse laughs, first real laugh in months. His fancy never fit me, half as good as what you're cooking, Sam, and that's the honest truth. They sit out on the porch step while the morning burns off slowly. Big Sam hands him coffee black, no sugar, just the way Jesse used to take it back before the Nashville parties, before the world convinced him plain was something to give away. A neighbor walks by slow and waves, don't ask for autographs or pictures, just says morning Sam and morning to the stranger by his side. Jesse realizes nobody here cares much about the magazine covers, feels a weight come off his shoulders wide as Delta sky is wide. Big Sam pulls his own guitar out, says let's see what you remember, starts a simple 12-bar blues the way he taught him years ago. Jesse joins in hesitant at first and finds the old groove waiting. Something clicks back into place he didn't know he let go. They played for near an hour, nothing fancy, nothing polished, just two men and two guitars beneath a porch roof morning light. Jesse feels his hands remembering something deeper than the fingers, a rhythm that don't need 10,000 people to feel right. And the porch boards creak familiar, and the coffee's going cold, and the music's getting simpler, getting truer, growing old. 6 strings on the porch step, the midnight train still running, whiskey glass forgotten on a shelf I hardly see. 6 strings on the porch step, learning how the sun rises. Feels different when there's nothing that you're chasing after me. Starts spreading slow through Clarksdale that the coal boy has come home. A few folks stop to listen when Big Sam's porch starts to play. Jesse feels a nervousness at first, like Nashville's watching, judging, then remembers these are neighbors, not reporters, and lets that fear give way. By evening there's a small crowd gathered loose around the porch steps. Nothing like the arenas, nothing like the diamond lights. Jesse plays a song he's never played before, something new and honest, about a man who lost his way and found it back some quiet night. An old woman in the small crowd, maybe 70 years old, came up to Jesse after the songs had finished and took his hand in both of hers, rough and warm. She said, "Baby, I heard you on the radio a few years back, sounded pretty, sounded like money. But this, what you just played on this porch, this sounds like somebody's soul." Jesse didn't know what to say to that. He thanked her, quiet, and she nodded like she understood more than he'd said out loud. After she walked off into the evening, Jesse sat back down next to Big Sam and thought about all the stages, all the reviews, all the magazine covers calling him the Prince of Beale Street. None of it had ever felt as true as one old woman holding his hand on a Clarksdale porch, telling him she'd heard his soul in the music. Maybe that's what he'd lost somewhere in Nashville. Not the talent, not the 6 strings, just the willingness to let the soul show through them. Big Sam claps him on the shoulder once the small crowd's finally scattered. Says, "That's the sound I always knew was hiding in your chest." Jesse looks out at the darkening fields beyond the porch light. Says, "I think I finally understand what home really meant." Crickets in the dark call out, "Welcome back, welcome back." Jesse's harmonica answers, steady now and true. Night air and reed tangled in the porch light glow. 2 sounds finding rhythm in the only home they know. 6 strings on the porch step, midnight train still running, whiskey glass forgotten on a shelf I hardly see. 6 strings on the porch step, learning how the sunrise feels different when I'm playing just for what it means to me. Big Sam here beside me, teaching me again to grow. Daddy's guitar is finally home. Finally home, finally home, finally home. Stars come out over Clarksdale, same as every night before. Jesse sits alone a moment once the porch is finally clear. 6 strings resting in his lap beneath the same old sky. 50 songs of running, led him back to where he's always feared and loved instead. 10 cities in a month now, my calendar's a blur. 10 cities in a month now, my calendar's a blur. Woke up in Baton Rouge this morning, couldn't recall where I'd been the day before. They slid a paper across the table, said sign here one more year. They slid a paper across the table, said sign here one more year. I signed it without reading close, my mind was somewhere far from here. There's a delta in my blood still, no matter how far I roam. There's a delta in my blood still, no matter how far I roam. Cotton fields and dusty porches calling me back home. I passed a field of cotton growing white beside the road. I passed a field of cotton growing white beside the road. Told the driver, stop the car a minute, let this old feeling unload. There's a delta in my blood still, no matter how far I roam. There's a delta in my blood still, no matter how far I roam. Cotton fields and dusty porches calling me back home. My fancy shoes, dust settling on the shine. I stood there in my fancy shoes, dust settling on the shine. Thought about my mama's hands and how different they were from mine. Rosalie called from the car, said, Jesse, we ain't got all day. Rosalie called from the car, said, Jesse, we ain't got all day. But something in that cotton field kept begging me to stay. There's a delta in my blood still, no matter how far I roam. There's a delta in my blood still, no matter how far I roam. Cotton fields and dusty porches calling me back home. That night I wrote a letter to Big Sam, first one in a while. That night I wrote a letter to Big Sam, first one in a while. Told him about the lights and crowds, but couldn't fake a smile. I asked him if the copper kettle still stood there on that street. I asked him if the copper kettle still stood there on that street. He wrote back just a few short lines, words warm but bittersweet. Big Sam's letter said, Jesse, the kettle's still standing, still smells the same. Still got that crack in the floor where you used to tap your foot. Folks ask about you sometimes, I tell them you're doing just fine. Selling records, filling up them big arenas. But I hope somewhere in all that shine, you still remember that the blues don't come from applause, son, it comes from truth. And I worry sometimes, way out here, that you're trading one for the other. I read that letter maybe 10 times that night, sitting alone in a hotel room 3 states from anywhere I called home. Rosalie asleep in the next room, Ray's contract sitting on the dresser. And for the first time in a long time, I picked up my guitar and played something nobody paid to hear. that ain't how this business goes. I looked at him a long moment, something cold behind his eyes. I looked at him a long moment, something cold behind his eyes. First time I ever wondered if his kindness was all lies. I got back in that car anyway, headed for the next bright town. I got back in that car anyway, headed for the next bright town. But part of me stayed standing in that cotton field, looking down. There's a delta in my blood still, but I'm drifting further each day. There's a delta in my blood still, but I don't know the way. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a home I can't repair. Now since Ray started working on the tour, carrying cases, counting money, handling every deal. Jesse trusts him like a brother, like the old days back in Clarksdale. Never thinks to question how good things start to feel. Ray's got a way of talking smooth to men in fancy offices. Says he's looking out for Jesse like a brother ought to do. Jesse signs whatever papers Ray sets down before him. Never reads the fine print like his daddy taught him to. The shows keep getting bigger, Chicago now then Detroit. Jesse's name in lights above, the marquee getting tall. Ray handles all the money now, says don't you worry Jesse, just play your guitar brother and let me handle it all. Loretta starts to notice something changing in the numbers. Ask Jesse quiet questions when they're lying in the dark. Jesse waves it off and says that Ray's been like a brother. Loretta's face goes worried, but she just holds back and marks. Backstage in Chicago, Jesse catches Ray on the telephone, talking low and quick to someone Jesse's never met. Ray hangs up quick and smiles and says it's nothing, just business. Jesse nods and lets it go, though something feels like death. The whiskey glasses multiply with every passing city. Jesse drinks to celebrate and drinks to ease the pace. Loretta watches from the wings with worry in her shoulders, watching Jesse smile grow thinner underneath his face. And the money keeps on flowing, and Ray keeps counting fast. And somewhere in the shadows, something ain't gonna last. 6 strings still ringing, midnight train still running. Whiskey glass keeps filling while my brother counts the tape. 6 strings still ringing, but something's coming undone. I trust the hand that's helping, don't know it's gonna break. Big Sam calls Colette one night while Jesse's in Detroit. Says, boy, I heard some rumors about the man who's handling you. Jesse laughs it off, says Sam, you're worrying for nothing. Ray's been with me me since the start. He's always seen me through. Big Sam's voice goes quiet, then he says it's slow and careful, son. A man who counts your money ought to let you count it too. Ain't saying nothing's wrong, just saying watch a little closer. The road's got plenty wolves that wear a face that looks like you. Jesse hung up the phone that night and sat there for a long while, looking at the hotel wall like it might have answers written on it. He thought about Ray back in Clarksdale, sharing cornbread on a porch step when they were both just skinny boys, with nothing but a guitar and a dream between them. He thought about all the years since then, all the small favors, all the trust built up, one handshake at a time. Surely a man didn't change that much. Surely the boy who once gave Jesse half his sandwich, when Jesse's own family had nothing to give, surely that boy wouldn't turn into somebody else just because there was money in the room now. Jesse told himself that he told himself that hard, but somewhere underneath the telling, a small cold feeling settled in his chest and didn't leave, not even after he fell asleep. Morning comes and Ray's already up and dressed for business, smiling wide and talking fast about the next big show. Jesse watches him a little closer than he did the day before. Ray don't seem to notice or pretends he doesn't know. Says he's looking out for Jesse like a brother ought to do. Jesse signs whatever papers Ray sets down before him, never reads the fine print like his daddy taught him to. The shows keep getting bigger, Chicago now then Detroit. Jesse's name in lights above the marquee getting tall. Ray handles all the money now, says don't you worry Jesse, just play your guitar brother and let me handle it all. 3 months now since Ray started working on the tour, carrying cases, counting money, handling every deal. Jesse trusts him like a brother, like the old days back in Clarksdale. Never thinks to question how good things start to feel. Ray's got a way of talking smooth to men in fancy offices, says he's looking out for Jesse like a brother ought to do. Jesse signs whatever papers Ray sets down before him, never reads the fine print like his daddy taught him to. The shows keep getting bigger, Chicago now then Detroit. Jesse's name in lights above the marquee getting tall. Ray handles all the money now, says don't you worry Jesse, just play your guitar brother and let me handle it all. For 3 months now since Ray started working on the tour, carrying cases, counting money, handling every deal. Jesse trusts him like a brother, like the old days back in Clarksdale. Never thinks to question how good things start to feel. Ray's got a way of talking smooth to men in fancy offices, says he's looking out for Jesse like a brother ought to do. Jesse sounds whatever paper We played a rowdy joint downtown, tougher crowd than we'd ever seen. We played a rowdy joint downtown, tougher crowd than we'd ever seen. Two men started fighting near the stage over something mean. Willie stepped between them, trying to calm the whole thing down. Willie stepped between them, trying to calm the whole thing down. One of them swung wild and caught him, sent him spinning to the ground. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars and a concrete floor. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars and a concrete floor. Wasn't a crime I thought I'd answer for, but I'll do it all once more. I didn't think, just swung right back to defending my old friend. I didn't think, just swung right back to defending my old friend. The law showed up and grabbed us both before the night could end. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars and a concrete floor. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars and a concrete floor. Wasn't the crime I thought I'd answer for, but I do it all once more. Willie sat across the cell holding ice against his eye. Willie sat across the cell holding ice against his eye. Said, sorry Jesse, didn't mean to drag you into this here alibi. I told him, man, that's what a friend is for, don't you worry none. I told him, man, that's what a friend is for, don't you worry none. He laughed despite the bruise and said, well, this sure ain't how the night was supposed to run. An old drunk in the corner cell started singing something low. An old drunk in the corner cell started singing something low. I recognized the tune a moment, one my old daddy used to know. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars and a concrete floor. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, cold bars and a concrete floor. Wasn't the crime I thought I'd answer for, but I do it all once more. Marcus came by morning with the bell, shaking his head at us both. Marcus came by morning with the bell, shaking his head at us both. Y'all's lucky Junie ain't the one who came, she'd have skinned you, that's an oath. We walked out squinting in the sunlight, sore but laughing just the same. We walked out squinting in the sunlight, sore but laughing just the same. Some nights teach you more about a brother than any well-earned fame. Sitting in that cell overnight, I had plenty of time to think. Staring at them concrete walls, listening to that old drunk sing. Something close enough to one of my daddy's songs that I nearly cried right there. I thought about how different this felt from any trouble I'd known in Memphis. Ray's lawyers, Ray's fine print, Ray's version of consequences dressed up in expensive suits. This was simple, a friend got hit, I stood up for him and we both paid a night for it. Plain and honest as a debt ought to be. I realized something sitting on that cold floor. I'd rather spend 100 nights in a cell standing up for somebody who mattered than one more night. Free in some Memphis hotel room, standing up for nothing at all. Willie didn't need to thank me. The bruise on his own knuckles said plenty. But I caught the corner of her smile before she said, shaking her head with a laugh. Heroes, both of you, she said, shaking her head with a laugh. I pulled her close and told her, well, somebody's gotta walk that path. Shaking her head at us three. We told the story that night at supper, Loretta shaking her head at us three. But she still dished out extra plates, said, well, family's family. Spent a night in the Jackson jail, but I'd stand for Willie again, stand again. Spent a night in the Jackson jail and found out who's a real friend, a real friend. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a brotherhood that won't bend. Yeah, let me tell you a story now about a man who lost his mind one summer night. Well, I woke up this morning, found the bedside cold. I woke up found the bedside cold, a picture on the dresser, but her heart done sold. She packed her little suitcase, didn't say a word. She packed her little suitcase, didn't say a word. Left me with the silence, cruelest sound I ever heard. Left an empty heart of mine. I walked down to the station just to watch it go. I walked down to the station just to watch it go. Steam was rising up like the tears I couldn't show. That midnight train rolling down the line. Oh, that midnight train rolling down the line took my woman with it, left an empty heart of mine. Now I'm sitting in a barroom, glass of whiskey in my hand. Now I'm sitting in a barroom, glass of whiskey in my hand, trying to drown the memory, but it's harder than I planned. Every neon sign keeps blinking out her name. Every jukebox playing songs that feel the same. Bartender, pour me one more, help me kill this pain. Oh, that midnight train rolling down the line. Oh, that midnight train rolling down the line took my woman with it, left an empty heart of mine. You know, I used to think a broken heart was the end of the road. I drove that highway for 300 miles, just me and the radio, asking the dark why she left, why the good ones always run. But somewhere past Memphis, I heard my own guitar crying back at me. And I realized the train don't care who's on it. The road don't care who's walking it. All I got left is these 6 strings and this old busted heart. And brother, that's enough to build a song on. Spilled milk, ain't begging her to stay. Ain't crying over spilled milk, ain't begging her to stay. Got the whole highway in front of me, and the blues delight my way. She took a piece of my heart, but she left the rest behind. Oh, midnight train, rolling, 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 rolling on. Yeah, that's the blues, y'all. That's the blues. Church on a Saturday in June. The whole town gathered at the little church on a Saturday in June. Willie stood up as my best man. Mark was playing a wedding tune. Loretta cried before the service, even had a chance to start. Loretta cried before the service, even had a chance to start. Said Jesse Cole, I always knew you had a good and honest heart. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, ringing out across the town. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, Lord, I can't stop smiling now. Every road that ever hurt me led me right here, led me down. Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed simple, dressed in white. Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed simple, dressed in white. I forgot every word I practiced, just stood there struck by the sight. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, ringing out across the town. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, Lord, I can't stop smiling now. Every road that ever hurt me led me right here, led me down. Her daddy spoke the words over us, voice steady, eyes gone soft. Her daddy spoke the words over us, voice steady, eyes gone soft. I thought about my own daddy, watching somewhere up aloft. I thought about the porch back home where this old guitar first learned my hand. I thought about the porch back home where this old guitar first learned my hand. that he taught me, guiding me down this very track. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, ringing out across the town. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, Lord, I can't stop smiling now. Every road that ever hurt me led me right here, led me down. Big Sam made the trip from Clarksville, fiddle tucked beneath his arm. Big Sam made the trip from Clarksville, fiddle tucked beneath his arm. Said wouldn't miss this for the world, boy, wouldn't miss seeing you find your calm. He played a song outside the church while folks threw rice up in the air. He played a song outside the church while folks threw rice up in the air. Old Otis sent his blessing too, said the kettle wished us well from there. Standing there with Junie's hand in mine, watching Big Sam's fiddle dance under the Mississippi sun, I thought about every mile that brought me to this exact moment, Delilah's empty house, the crossroads outside Clarksville, Ray Kingston's cold office, Rosalie's silence, the long walk back to a town I thought I'd lost forever. None of it felt like wasted time anymore. It felt like a road that had to bend through every one of them places to lead me here, to a church full of people who love me plain and honest, to a woman who never once needed me to be anybody but myself. Big Sam caught my eye across the churchyard and gave me a nod, the same nod he gave me the very first day he found me singing on a corner. I understood it now, the way I couldn't back then. Some men build you up, some men just walk beside you till you find your own way up. The reception spilled out into the Redis yard, tables full of food and song. The reception spilled out into the Redis yard, tables full of food and song. Willie Marcus led the band, playing loud and playing long. Junie's daddy danced with his daughter, tears he wouldn't quite explain. Junie's daddy danced with his daughter, tears he wouldn't quite explain. I danced with Loretta after, thanking her again and again. There's a sun went down on Jackson, I pulled Junie close and swayed. There's a sun went down on Jackson, I pulled Junie close and swayed. Told her every hard road brought me here, and I'm glad I never strayed. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, and now she's carrying my name. Carrying my name. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, ain't never felt so free as shame. Free as shame. Got sick strings on my shoulder and a love that puts every road to shame. let me down. Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed in white. Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed in white. I forgot every word I Memphis station spits them out into the morning crowd. Horns and voices tangled up like wires overhead. Jesse's never seen a city move this fast before. Every face a stranger, every street a thread unread. He follows the address scratched on Calloway's old card. Past a barber shop, a diner, a church bell ringing clean. 6 strings on his shoulder like a cross he's learned to carry. Boots still caked with Delta dust, the only home he's seen. Beale Street opens up like a river full of sound. Trumpets bleeding out of doorways, pianos in the air. Jesse stops dead center like a man who's found religion, standing in the middle of a music he can't compare. Something bad. Jesse drops a coin and stands there listening a minute, thinking of the roads and rooms and everything he's had. The record office door is smaller than he pictured. A woman at the desk asks who he's come to see. He says a name like it's a password to another life. She points down a hallway, says, Calloway's on 3. Up the stairs, his boots are loud on wooden steps. Heart beating faster than a train pulling from the yard. Whiskey glasses waiting on a shelf inside the office. But Jesse thinks of Big Sam's voice and holds his 6 strings hard. And the city hums around him like a chorus he ain't learned. Every corner holds a promise. Every promise has gotta be earned. 6th Street, walking Beale Street, sunlight on the stone. Whiskey glass still empty, but the city ain't my home yet. 6 strings, walking Beale Street, further than I've known. Chasing down a sound that I ain't found completely. Calloway's office smells like leather and cigar smoke. Photographs of singers Jesse's only heard on air. He sits down in a chair too soft for Delta boys and waits to hear if all this travel led him anywhere. Calloway comes in talking fast about a session. Says, Thursday morning, boy, we'll cut your very first sound. Jesse's hands go cold and steady all at once together, like the moment right before the midnight train leaves town. Calloway slid a paper across the desk and said, This is a contract, son, standard terms. We record 4 sides, we see how they do, and if the people like what they hear, well, we talk about more. Jesse looked at the words, but they might as well have been written in a language he'd never learned. He thought about his daddy's guitar passed down like scripture and wondered what his daddy would say about signing his name next to a stranger's promise. He thought about Delilah's train pulling away in the rain and Big Sam's harmonica warm in his coat pocket and every dollar he didn't have and every dream he did. Calloway said, take your time, but not too much of it.
Memphis is full of boys who can play guitar. Ain't many who can play it like they mean it. Jesse picked up the pen, his hand wasn't shaking anymore.
He signs his name the way his daddy taught him letters, slow and careful like each stroke could break or mend. Calloway shakes his hand and calls him Memphis material.
Jesse walks back out not knowing where the road might bend.
Harmonica answers, I was born for it. Brass and reed tangled in the afternoon,
two sounds becoming one beneath the Memphis moon.
6 strings walking Beale Street, contract in my hand, whiskey glass still waiting, but I ain't drowning it just yet. 6 strings walking Beale Street, further than I planned.
Midnight train delivered me to something I won't forget. Big Sam's voice still with me, Delilah's ghost behind. 6 strings walking Beale Street, stepping into my own time. Even falls on Memphis, neon starting to glow. Jesse stands on the corner where the boy still plays a song. He drops a coin, then keeps on walking toward Thursday. 6 strings on his shoulder, carrying him along.
Kettle, sleeping in the same old room. I stayed 3 days at the Copper Kettle, sleeping in the same old room. Waking up to Otis sweeping and the smell of morning coming through. Big Sam and I sat every evening talking low past closing time. Big Sam and I sat every evening talking low past closing time. He never once said I told you so, just help me sort the truth from the shine. This is where the story bends, back to the roads I used to know. This is where the story bends, but I ain't the same man I was though. I carry Memphis in my bones now, everywhere I go. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. He just smiled and shook his head, said, son, that ain't what this is about. This is where the story bends, back to the roads I used to know. This is where the story bends, but I ain't the same man I was though. I carry Memphis in my bones now, everywhere I go. Here to hide, he said, you came back here to see. You didn't come back here to hide, he said, you came back here to see what kind of man you want to be now that the choice is finally free. I thought about Delilah's midnight train still rolling somewhere out there. I thought about Delilah's midnight train still rolling somewhere out there. Thought about every road I'd walked since, every burden bear. For the first time since that night she left, I didn't feel the ache the same. For the first time since that night she left, I didn't feel the ache the same. It had turned to something quieter, more like a well-worn, honest name. This is where the story bends, back to the roads I used to know. This is where the story bends, but I ain't the same man I was though. I carry Memphis in my bones now, everywhere I go. Big Sam pulled out an old worn map, spread it across the bar. Big Sam pulled out an old worn map, spread it across the bar. Said there's towns out there I ain't never heard a note from your guitar. You can stay here safe with me and Otis, play it easy, play it slow. You can stay here safe with me and Otis, play it easy, play it slow. Or you could go find out what kind of music comes from a man who chooses where he'll go. I sat with that map a long while, tracing roads I'd never walked, towns with names I couldn't pronounce, rivers I'd only heard about in songs. And I realized something Big Sam had been trying to teach me since the very first night he found me singing on that street corner. The music was never about ending up anywhere, it was about the walking itself. The towns, the strangers, the barrooms and the porches, the heartbreak turned to sound. Delilah's leaving put me on this road, Rosalie, and Ray tried to build me a cage along the way. But the road was always mine, every mile of it, whether I could see that or not. I folded that map and looked at Big Sam. I ain't running this time, I told him. I'm choosing. He nodded slow, poured us both one more drink, and said, that's the only kind of leaving that ever amounts to anything, son. Case in my hand. Next morning I stood outside the kettle, guitar case in my hand. Big Sam and Otis both walked out to see me off across that land. Don't be a stranger, Big Sam said, voice a little rough and low. Don't be a stranger, Big Sam said, voice a little rough and low. This town will still be standing whenever you got somewhere go. I hugged him tight, an old man's arms, still steadier than my own. I hugged him tight, an old man's arms, still steadier than my own. Thanked him for every lesson, every warning he had shown. Of town where the highway stretched out wide. I walked out past the edge of town where the highway stretched out wide. No contract, no green-eyed woman, just the open road and my own stride. This is where the story bends, and I'm choosing where it goes, where it goes. This is where the story bends, and only I get to say how it flows. I flow, got 6 strings on my shoulder, and a road only I chose. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. Waking up to Otis sweeping and the smell of the morning coming through. Big Sam and I sat every evening talking low past closing time. Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back out. I asked Big Sam what he thought I should do, stay here or head back. Tuesday night. Her name was Rosalie. She told me on a Tuesday night. Sat right up front at the kettle, underneath the dim red light. She said she liked the way I hit them strings so full of pain. She said she liked the way I hit them strings so full of pain. Said a voice like mine could make a grown man dance in the rain. Still ain't warm. She'd wait by the stage door every night I finished playing. She'd wait by the stage door every night I finished playing, whispering sweet words that had my better sense delaying. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. Big Sam pulled me aside one night, said, boy, I seen her before. Big Sam pulled me aside one night, said, boy, I seen her before. She run with a fella named Ray, comes round when the crowd is more. I told Big Sam I hear you, but my heart don't listen well. I told Big Sam I hear you, but my heart don't listen well. Been so long since somebody looked at me and broke that lonesome spell. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. That's when I met the man himself, come strutting through the door. That's when I met the man himself, come strutting through the door. Short suit, gold ring, a smile that seemed to promise so much more. Ray walked up to me easy, shook my hand like we were old friends. Heard you're the one lighting up the kettle these days, he said. Got an ear for talent, Jesse Cole, I know people, real people. Promoters up in Memphis looking for a sound just like yours. Rosalie stood there smiling like she already knew the ending to this story. Big Sam just watched from the bar, didn't say a word. But I saw his jaw tighten up like he was biting back a warning. He already gave me once and knew I wasn't gonna hear again. I shook Ray's hand anyway, Lord help me, I shook his hand. Ray bought around for the whole room, said drinks are on me tonight. Ray bought around for the whole room, said drinks are on me tonight. Rosalie slid in close beside me, said don't he treat you right. I looked over at Big Sam, he just shook his head and sighed. I looked over at Big Sam, he just shook his head and sighed. I was too caught up in the shine to see what he was trying to hide. Watch out now. Mississippi, wide and slow. I rode into Migner with a Mississippi, wide and slow. Found a bar down by the levee with a lantern light hung low. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, sharp and kind. The owner was a woman named Miss Odessa, sharp and kind. Said, you play that thing for real, or you just wasting my time. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I sat down on that little stage, tuned my strings up nice and tight. I sat down on that little stage, tuned my strings up nice and tight. The room went quiet, slow around me, like they sensed I'd bring the light. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. Songs about the midnight train. I played them songs about Delilah, songs about the midnight train, songs about a cage of gold and every ounce of hard-earned pain. An old riverboat man in the corner wiped a tear he tried to hide. An old riverboat man in the corner wiped a tear he tried to hide. Said, boy, you're singing my whole life, and I ain't never told a soul, but you just testified. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Miss Odessa poured me whiskey, said that one's on the house. Ain't heard truth like that in this room since my late husband's final vows. One night in Vicksburg, down along the river's edge. One night in Vicksburg, standing on a different kind of ledge. Every town's got its own story, every stranger's got a pledge. I played so near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. I played on near about closing time, voice near ragged, hands worn thin. But every song felt lighter than the one that came before it, like shedding skin. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Miss Odessa offered me the back room, said stay as long as you need. Man who plays like that deserves a roof, deserves a chance to plant a seed. I laid awake that night in Miss Odessa's back room, listening to the river, moving slow past the window, and I thought about something that old riverboat man said to me. You singing my whole life. That's when it hit me clear, clearer than it ever had in Memphis. With all them lights and all them numbers, Ray kept counting. The music was never about making myself into somebody bigger. It was about giving folks a place to put down what they'd been carrying alone. Delilah's leaving, Rosalie's silence, Ray's fine print, all of it had just been teaching me how to carry other people's hurt inside a song. Gentle enough that they could finally set their own hurt down for a minute. I thought about Big Sam's words about the blues not coming from applause. I understood them fully now, laying in that quiet room by the river. The blues comes from being honest enough to let a stranger see you clear. left and right. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame kept finding its way around. Delilah, sing it true. Sing it true. Sing it Tracy. Miss Odessa said one evening, you ever think of settling down? I told her the road still called me soft, now less like a frown. Said this town's further on, I need a song they ain't heard yet. She smiled and said, well, don't be a stranger, Jesse, this river don't forget. One night in Vicksburg turned a minute, and I'm grateful for them all. One night in Vicksburg taught me something bigger than any concert hall. Got 6 strings on my shoulder, and Rivertown I'll always recall. I stayed down on that little stage, playing every single night. I stayed in Vicksburg 2 more weeks, playing every single night. Miss Odessa's little bar got a foot, word spreading left and right. Folks came from towns I never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. Folks came from towns I'd never heard of just to hear the Delta sound. I wasn't chasing fame no more, but somehow fame kept finding.
We found a little house outside of Jackson, paint peeling on the door. We found a little house outside of Jackson, paint peeling on the door. Junie said it's perfect, Jesse, before I'd even seen the floor. I spend my days fixing shutters, spend my nights still playing shows. I spend my days fixing shutters, spend my nights still playing shows. Willie and Marcus helped me build a porch, the kind every good house grows. We got a house of our own now, small and honest, built by hand. We got a house of our own now, planting roots in Delta land. Ain't much, but it's the first place ever felt like it was truly planned. Junie hung curtains that her mama sewed before she passed away. Junie hung curtains that her mama sewed before she passed away. Said every stitch is a piece of her, still watching over us today. We got a house of our own now, small and honest, built by hand. We got a house of our own now, planting roots in Delta land. Ain't much, but it's the first place ever felt like it was truly planned. I still play the circuit song, 3 nights out, 4 nights home. I still play the circuit song, 3 nights out, 4 nights home. Well, they understood the balance now, knew a man don't always gotta roam. Marcus started courting a girl himself, brought her around on a Sunday noon. Marcus started courting a girl himself, brought her around on a Sunday noon. We sat out on my new built porch, playing a lazy Delta tune. Junior started singing harmony whenever I rehearse a song.
Junior started singing harmony whenever I'd rehearse a song. Her voice was soft but sure and steady, never once seemed out of place, never wrong. We got a house of our own now, small and honest, built by hand. We got a house of our own now, planting roots in Delta land. Ain't much, but it's the first place ever felt like it was truly planned. A letter came one morning from a promoter up in Chicago town. A letter came one morning from a promoter up in Chicago town. Said he'd heard the cold trio sound and wanted to bring it further round. Junior read it slow beside me, didn't flinch, just held my hand. Junior read it slow beside me, didn't flinch, just held my hand. Said you built this house, Jesse, but I never asked you to abandon your own plan. I sat with that letter a long while, looking out at the little garden. Junior had started planting along the fence line, tomatoes and greens. Coming up slow in the Delta heat, I thought about Chicago, about bigger stages, bigger crowds, maybe even bigger money. And for the first time since Memphis, the thought of a bigger stage didn't stir nothing much in me at all. I thought about Ray Kingston, about how chasing bigger nearly cost me everything that mattered. I looked over at Junie, humming soft while she worked in that garden. And I understood something Big Sam tried to teach me a long time ago. A man don't need the biggest stage in the world, he just needs the right one, with the right people standing beside him. I wrote back to that promoter and told him thank you, but I'd found exactly the size of life I was looking for. Chicago can wait its turn. Willie and Marcus agreed with me, said Chicago can wait its turn. We got a good thing going right here, Jesse, no need to make it burn. We kept playing the circuit steady, kept the house and garden growing too. We kept playing the circuit steady, kept the house and garden growing too. Junie's belly started rounding out that autumn, a secret we both knew. Sat that night out on the porch, getting resting on my knee. I sat that night out on the porch, guitar resting on my knee. Junie beside me, hand on her belly, and for once my heart felt free. We got a house of our own now, and soon we'll be one more. We got a house of our own now, more than I ever bargained for. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a family growing at my door. Reposition men arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Jesse watches from the window as they hook up to the car. The moon-colored Cadillac that once made him feel like royalty rolls away behind a tow truck disappearing near and far. Callaway's lawyers say the debts have finally caught the numbers, say the labels cutting losses, say the contract's now in doubt. Jesse packs the things he still can call his own inside a suitcase, 6 strings and a photograph and not much else about. Frank the driver shakes his hand, says sorry, Mr. Cole. Says he's got another job now, driving for a different star. Jesse thanks him for the kindness, for the years of empty small talk. Watches one more piece of Nashville shrinking smaller, shrinking far. He checks out of the hotel with the manager watching careful, counting every towel, every ashtray, every little thing. Jesse used to tip in 20s, used to laugh at all their fussing. Now he counts his own thin wallet like a man who's counting string. Miss Hattie finds him in the lobby quiet, sets an envelope, says it's not much severance, but she wanted him to know that some folks still remember kindness underneath the ruin. Jesse thanks her, doesn't cry, though his eyes are close to those. He walks out to the station where he walked in years before. Different suitcase, different man, though the tracks remain the same. Buys some one-way tickets out this time instead of north to Fortune. Whispers to himself the sound of his own given name. And the station clock keeps ticking, same as ever, cold and slow. And the midnight train arriving is the only friend Jesse knows. 6 strings and a suitcase, midnight train is calling. Whiskey glass left broken in a hotel far behind. 6 strings and a suitcase, everything is falling. But something feels like honesty for the first time in my mind. An old man on the platform strikes up conversation easy, says you look like someone I might have heard on the radio. Jesse almost laughs, says used to be, don't know if I still am. The old man shrugs and says, well son, seems like a hard road. The train pulls in with steam and steel the way it always has. Jesse climbs aboard with nothing but his suitcase and his name. No driver, no assistant, no Loretta, no Ray now. Just the rattling window seat and the Delta calling him again. Somewhere around the Kentucky line, Jesse pressed his head against the glass, the same way he had 3 years before, riding the opposite direction. Full of hope and a business card and a future he thought he understood. Now the future was behind him, or maybe it never existed. The way he pictured it, maybe the whole shining Nashville dream had just been a longer, prettier version of a whiskey glass. Something a man drinks to feel bigger than he is. Until one morning he wakes up and the bottle's empty, and so is he. Jesse thought about his daddy again, the way he always did, when the world got too loud to think straight in. His daddy had never owned a Cadillac, never owned a diamond ring, never signed a contract he didn't read 3 times over first. And yet somehow, on that porch in Clarksdale, that man had seemed richer than anybody Jesse met in Nashville. Jesse didn't know yet if he could get back to that kind of rich before the first time in a long while, riding that rattling train through the dark. He wanted to try. Back the conductor calls the station, same as any other evening. Jesse watches farmland roll by, darker than before. He thinks of Big Sam's juke joint, thinks of Clarksdale's dusty roads, thinks that maybe going backward is the only way to move forward anymore. got chased. 6 strings and a suitcase, I'm going back to face it. Dawn breaks slow across the fields as Mississippi nears. Dawn breaks slow across the fields, Mississippi nears. Dawn breaks slow across the fields as Mississippi nears. Jesse's eyes stay open, watching red clay come in view. 6 strings and a suitcase by boots, riding on a cart's tail to the only truth he knew. Repossession men arrive at dawn outside the hotel entrance. Jesse watches from the window as they hook up to the car. The moon-colored Cadillac that once made him feel like royalty rolls away behind the tow truck, disappearing near and far. Callaway's lawyers say the debts have finally caught the numbers, say the labels cut in losses, say the contract's now in doubt. Jesse packs the things he still can call his own inside a suitcase. 6 strings and a photograph and not much else about. Frank the driver shakes his hand, says, "Sorry, Mr. Cole." Says he's got another job now, driving for a different star. Jesse thanks him for the kindness, for the years of empty small talk. Watches one more piece of Nashville shrieking smaller, shrinking far. He checks out of the hotel with
Seven days since Jesse caught him with the papers in his hand. 7 days of waiting on a promise wearing thin. Ray keeps saying, "Soon, brother, soon I'll set it right." Jesse keeps on drinking, keeps on letting the doubt sink in. Callaway don't know yet, Jesse hasn't told a soul, except Miss Hattie sworn to silence, worried in her eyes. Jesse tells himself he's handling it the quiet way, tells himself that air in trouble never made a man look wise. The shows go on in Cincinnati, Louisville, then Dayton. Jesse's playing on the outside while he's breaking underneath. Loretta's gone, raised a stranger, wearing an old friend's jacket. Big Sam's far away in Clarksdale, just a voice beneath the teeth. A telegram arrives from Memphis, from the bank Miss Hattie flagged. Says the account in question's now completely drained and closed. Jesse reads it twice, feels the last thread of denial snapping, feels the door that had been cracked, slammed shut and fully closed. He finds Ray backstage in Dayton, laughing with the roadies. Ray sees Jesse's face and laughter dies down in his throat. Jesse holds the telegram out, doesn't raise his voice at all. The account is empty, Ray, where'd $10,000 go? Ray's smile finally drops completely, and something older surfaces. A tiredness, a bitterness Jesse's never seen him wear. Says, "You want the truth, Jesse? I got debts, I got a family. You got everything so easy, I just took my fair share." And the roadies stop their working, and the room goes cold and still, and a friendship built on cornbread finally shows its final bill. 6 strings and a telegram, midnight train derailing, whiskey glass can't fix the hole that's opening up inside. 6 strings and a telegram, everything I'm failing to hold together, brother, there's no place left to hide. Jesse asked the question that's been burning since the lobby. "Fair share of what, Ray? I gave you work
work, I gave you trust. Ray just shakes his head and says you never asked what I was owed for carrying your bags for years while you collected all the dust. The words cut deeper than the money ever could have, and Jesse feels the old friendship crumbling into something cold and strange. Ray says he's leaving, says he's done, says Jesse can keep his diamonds, walks out through the stage door and don't ever look again. Jesse stood there in the empty backstage hallway for a long time. After Ray's footsteps had faded down the corridor and out into the Dayton night, the roadies had gone quiet, pretending to be busy with cables and cases, giving him the kind of privacy people give a man who's just watched something break that can't be fixed. He thought about all the years, Clarksdale, the dirt roads, the porch steps, the half a sandwich afternoons, and wondered if any of it had been as real as he remembered, or if Ray had been keeping score the whole time. Counting up some debt Jesse never knew he owed. Maybe that's what money did to people, maybe it didn't create the greed, the resentment, the quiet keeping score. Maybe it just gave it somewhere to finally show itself. Jesse thought about his daddy's guitar, still safe in its case, the one thing in his whole life that had never once asked him for anything he couldn't give. He picked it up and held it close, right there in the empty hallway. And for the first time since Loretta left, he let himself cry. Calloway finds out by morning, furious about the money, says they'll handle it with lawyers. Says Ray Cole, no wait, Ray Doss will pay. Jesse just sits quiet through the meeting, doesn't care much for the details. Feels like something bigger than the money slipped away. Sworn to silence, worried in her eyes. Jesse tells himself he's handling it the quiet way. Tells himself that air in trouble never made a man look wise. The shows go on in Cincinnati, Louisville, then Dayton. Jesse's playing on the outside while he's breaking underneath. Loretta's gone, Ray's a stranger, wearing an old friend's jacket. Big Sam's far away in Clarksdale, just a voice beneath the teeth. 7 days since Jesse caught him with the papers in his hand. 7 days waiting on a promise wearing thin. Ray keeps saying, soon brother, soon I'll set it right. Jesse keeps on drinking, keeps on letting the doubt sink in. Calloway don't know yet, Jesse hasn't told a soul, except Miss Hattie sworn to silence, worried in her eyes. Jesse tells himself he's handling it the quiet way. Tells himself that airy trouble never made a man look wise. The shows go on in Cincinnati, Louisville, then Dayton. Jesse's playing on the outside while he's breaking underneath. Loretta's gone, Ray's a stranger, wearing no friends. Jackie Big Sam's far away in Clarksdale, just a voice beneath the teeth. Sell had memorized from Memphis, from the bank Miss Hattie flagged. Says the can of questions now completely drained and closed. Jesse reads it twice, feels the last thread of denial snapping. Feels a door that had been cracked, slammed shut and fully closed. He finds Ray backstage in Dayton, laughing with the roadies. He finds Ray backstage in Dayton, laughing with the roadies. He finds Ray backstage in Dayton, laughing in the roadies, the wise. He finds Ray backstage in Dayton, laughing at the word and how to cry. It was deep into the autumn when Junie's pains began. It was deep into the autumn when Junie's pains began. I ran for the midwife barefoot, the guitar left behind, just a running man. Loretta came to sit with her, steady hands and steady voice. Loretta came to sit with her, steady hands and steady voice. Told me, men, wait outside for this one. Jesse ain't really got a choice. The night our boy was born, I paced that porch till dawn. The night our boy was born, every fear I'd ever known was drawn right up to the surface, waiting on the first cry to come along. Willie sat with me the whole night through, passing round a flask of rye. Willie sat with me the whole night through, passing round a flask of rye. Said, I remember pacing just like this, thought that I would die. The night our boy was born, I paced that porch till dawn. The night our boy was born, every fear I'd ever known was drawn right up to the surface, waiting on a first cry to come along. Hours passed like they were years, the house lit up with lamps. Hours passed like they were years, the house lit up with lamps. I prayed the way my mama taught me, prayed away every cramp. Then just before the sun came up, a sound cut through the air. Then just before the sun came up, a sound cut through the air. A crying, wailing, beautiful sound answered to my every prayer. Loretta came out smiling wide, said, come on in and see. Loretta came out smiling wide, said, come on in and see. I ran inside with shaking hands, heart pounding, fierce and free. The night our boy was born, I paced that porch till dawn. The night our boy was born, every fear I'd ever known was drawn right up to the surface, waiting on a first cry to come along. Junie lay there tired and glowing, holding something small and new. Junie lay there tired and glowing, holding something small and new. She looked up at me smiling, said, Jesse, come meet him, come on through. I sat down slow beside the bed, hands too rough for something so small. I sat down slow beside the bed, hands too rough for something so small. She placed him in my arms so gentle, and I forgot my fears, forgot them all. I held that boy in my arms and I couldn't find a single word for a long, long while. I thought about my own daddy, about the guitar he left me, about every hard road that guitar carried me down before it ever led me here. I thought about Delilah's midnight train, about how far that heartbreak
had pushed me before it finally turned into something worth finding. I looked down at my son, tiny fingers wrapped around my thumb, and I made him the same kind of promise my daddy probably made to me. Without ever saying it out loud, I promised I'd teach him every honest thing. I learned the hard way, so maybe he wouldn't have to learn it quite so hard himself. Junie watched me with tears in her eyes and said, "What are we naming him, Jesse?" I didn't even have to think on it, Samuel. I said, "Samuel Cole!" After the man who taught his daddy what the blues was really for. Told him the name we chose. Big Sam near about cried when we told him the name we chose. Said, "Well, I reckon that's the finest thing that this old fiddler knows." Willie and Marcus came by that evening, passed the boy from arm to arm. Willie and Marcus came by that evening, passed the boy from arm to arm. Said, "Welcome to the world, little Sam. May you grow up free from home." Watching him breathe soft and steady, singing low till near the break of dawn. Well, the night our boy was born changed me more than any stage. More than any stage. The night our boy was born turned a brand new honest page. A brand new page. Got 6 strings on the surface, waiting on a first cry to come along. Sat with me the whole night through, passing round a flask of rye. Well, sat with me the whole night through, passing round a flask of rye. Said, "Well, I reckon that's the finest thing that this old fiddler knows." Willie and Marcus came by that evening, passed the boy from arm to arm. Willie and Marcus came by that evening, passed the boy from arm to arm. Said, "Welcome to the world, little Sam. Grow up free from home." I sat that night beside the crib long after everyone had gone. I sat that night beside the crib long after everyone had gone. Watching him breathe soft and steady, singing low till near the break of dawn. The night our boy was born changed me more than any stage. More than any. The night our boy. Thursday morning breaks with dew on Beale Street Stone. Jesse walks alone with boots that echoed down the block. The studio door is propped by a man with cigarette smoke. Says, "You cold, get on in, we're already on the clock." Inside the room is small with wires taped along the floor. A microphone hangs down like a silver preacher's mouth. Jesse sets his amp up, shaking just a little, thinking of his daddy's hands that built this sound down south. Callaway's behind the glass with headphones on
his head. Says you're playing like you're scared, boy, play it like you're free. Jesse thinks of every juke joint, every jail cell floor he slept on. Thinks of Big Sam's voice saying, play it just for me. Second take, the room goes still. The engineer leans in. Jesse's fingers find the string like water finds a groove. Sun breaks wide open, something honest starts to pour. Calloway stands up slowly like the sound has made him move. And the tape is rolling steady, catching every single sound. Every mile that Jesse traveled, coming through without a doubt. Six strings on the tape now, midnight train's my song. Whiskey glass is empty, but my voice is finally clear. Six strings on the tape now, this is where I belong. First time since Delilah left, I ain't running out of here. Second song's a slow one about a girl who caught a train. Jesse sings it soft the way regret is always sung. Calloway don't interrupt, just lets the tape keep turning. Says later that's the truest thing I've heard from someone young. Third song's got some fire in it, a Chuck Berry kind of stomp, about the roads he's walked and the rooms he's left behind. Fourth song comes out different, slower, deeper, older, about a whiskey glass that's finally left behind his mind. When the tape stopped rolling, nobody said a word for a while. Calloway came out from behind the glass, took his glasses off and wiped them on his shirt. He said, son, I've cut 100 sessions in this room. Most of them sound like they're trying to be somebody else. You sound like Jesse Cole, that's rare. He said the label would press the fourth song first, a slow one about the whiskey glass. Said radio men in 3 states were already asking who the new voice out of Memphis was. Jesse didn't know what to say. He thought about the porch back home. His daddy's hands guiding his fingers to the right frets. And he thought somewhere that old man was listening too, even if it was just the wind carrying the sound down south. They stepped outside where Beale Street's humming in the evening. Calloway lights a cigar and claps him on the back. Says Thursday's gonna be a day you tell your children stories of. Jesse just looks up at the sky, watching daylight fade to black. Ow! Jesse's harmonica answers everything I got. Read against the quiet of the empty room. 2 sounds weaving through a Memphis afternoon. Oh, 6 strings on the tape now. Midnight train's my song. Whiskey glass is empty, but my voice is finally clear. 6 strings on the tape now. Delilah left, I finally feel here. Big Sam's teaching, riding through every note I played. 6 strings on the tape now, this is how it's made. Jesse walks Beale Street with a session in his bones. Neon flickers welcome like it's calling out his name. Four sides cut on Thursday, a whole life waiting after. 6 strings on his shoulder, never quite the same. Thursday morning breaks are due on Beale Street Stone. Jesse walks along with boots that echo down the block. The studio door is topped by a man with cigarette smoke. Says, "You cold, get on in, we're already on the clock." Inside the room is small with wires taped along the floor. A microphone hangs down like a silver preacher's mouth. Jesse sets his amp up, shaking it just a little, thinking of his daddy's hands that built this sound down south. Calloway's behind the glass with headphones on his ears. Says, "Give me something real, boy, don't you play me safe." Didn't sing a single note. 3 days I didn't touch that guitar. Didn't sing a single note. Sat in that hotel room, staring at the words that Ray had wrote. Rosalie tried to talk me round, brought me coffee, brought me wine. Rosalie tried to talk me round, brought me coffee, brought me wine. Said, "Baby, don't throw it all away just 'cause of some fine line." Another piece of me. The promoter called about a show in Nashville 3 nights away. The promoter called about a show in Nashville 3 nights away. Ray answered for me like he always does. Said he'll be there, don't you worry none, he'll play. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. Every dollar that they hand me costs another piece of me. I looked at Rosalie clothes that night, really looked for the first time in a while. I looked at Rosalie clothes that night, really looked for the first time in a while. Saw the way she watched Ray's face for a nod before she'd smile. I asked her plain, who do you answer to, me or him? I asked her plain, who do you answer to, me or him? She looked away and didn't speak, and that told me more than words within. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. I'm living in a cage of gold, bars too pretty to see. Every dollar that they hand me costs another piece of me. I pack my bag at midnight, quiet as a passing breeze. I pack my bag at midnight, quiet as a passing breeze. Thought about just walking out, leaving Ray down on his knees. But then I thought of all them fans who paid to hear my name. But then I thought of all them fans who paid to hear my name. same. I sat by that window a long while, bag packed, hand on the door. And I thought about the night I left Delilah's empty house. How running felt like freedom then, like the only honest thing to do. But this time was different. This time, running meant leaving behind every soul who trusted my voice to mean something true. I thought about Big Sam's fiddle, about the boy who ended up washing dishes with his name erased from a record he built with his own two hands. I wasn't gonna let that be me, not yet, not without a fight. I put my bag down, I picked up my guitar instead. If Ray Kingston owned my name, then I was gonna make that name worth more than he ever bargained for. Morning came and I found Ray sitting calm behind his desk. Morning came and I found Ray sitting calm behind his desk. I pulled him playing, I'll play your shows, but I want a piece I can invest. He laughed at first and saw I wasn't joking in my eyes. He laughed at first and saw I wasn't joking in my eyes. Said, careful Jesse, contracts don't take kindly to surprise. I told him I'd keep singing, keep filling up his heart. But the day I find a way around him, Lord, I'm taking it all. I'm living in a cage of gold, but I'm learning where it bends. I'm living in a cage of gold. This ain't how the story ends. How it ends. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a fire that a Ray can't comprehend. Junior's daddy was a preacher man, stern as a Sunday sermon. Junior's daddy was a preacher man, stern as a Sunday sermon. Marcus warned me, watch yourself cold. He don't take kindly to no vermin. I put on my one good shirt, comb my hair the best I could. I put on my one good shirt, comb my hair the best I could. Walked up to his little house, feeling nervous as a green cut wood. I'm asking June, his father now, hand in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking June, his father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. He set me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. He set me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. Studied me a long, long moment like he was reading through my past. I'm asking June, his father now, head in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking June, his father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I life you led. I heard about Memphis, he said slow. Heard about the life you led. Heard about women, heard about money. Heard the road that you were fed. I didn't try to hide a single piece. Told him every mile, every fall. I didn't try to hide a single piece. Told him every mile, every fall. Told him about Delilah, Rosalie, Ray Kingston. Told him truthfully, told him all. He listened close, didn't interrupt, just nodded slow and grim. He listened close, didn't interrupt, just nodded slow and grim. When I finished, he was quite a while before he looked at me again. I'm asking June, his father now, hat in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking June, his father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. A man who tells the truth about his failings, he said, ain't the same as a man who hides. A man who tells the truth about his failings, he said, ain't the same as a man who hides. I've married fools who look much cleaner standing pretty at my side. My daughter don't need to clean, he said she needs a man who's finally found his ground. My daughter don't need clean, he said she needs a man who's finally found his ground. You sure you found it, son, or is this porch just one more town? I looked that old preacher dead in the eye, and for a moment I thought about every road I'd walked since Delilah left. The midnight train, the crossroads outside Clarksville, Memphis, Ray, Rosalie, the long walk back to the copper kettle, the juke joint circuit, Woody's kindness, and finally this very porch. And I told him the truest thing I knew. Sir, I've been lost enough times to know exactly what found feels like now. I ain't perfect, and I ain't finished changing, but I know this: every road I ever walked was leading me towards somebody who didn't need me to be nothing but honest. That's your daughter. I ain't asking to stop walking altogether. I'm asking if she walking with me, and if you trust me enough to let her. He was quiet a long moment, then he stood up slow, held out his hand, and said, well, that's the first honest thing a man said to me on this porch in a long while. Jesse Cole. You got my blessing, son. He shook my hand firm and slow, said you got my blessing, son. But you break her heart the way the Memphis broke you. We'll have another run. I laughed, relieved, and thanked him proper. Promised I'd hold true. I laughed, relieved, and thanked him proper. Promised I'd hold true. He called Junie out onto the porch, said, girl, I believe he's fit for you. Junie ran out laughing, tears not far behind her eyes. Junie ran out laughing, tears not far behind her eyes. I got down on one knee right there beneath them evening skies. I asked Junie's father, and now I'm asking Junie to ask Junie. I asked Junie's father, promise of the love that's honest and true. Honest and true. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a whole new life welcome there. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. But studied me a long, 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 like he was reading through my past. I'm asking Julie's father now, hat in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking Julie's father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I even welcome there. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat too fast. Studied me a long, long moment, like he was reading through my past. I'm asking Julie's father now, hat in hand and heart laid bare. I'm asking Julie's father now, praying that he'll hear my prayer. Every mile I walk to get here, wondering if I'm even welcome there. He sat me down upon his porch, didn't offer me a seat. Her name was Rosalie, she told me on a Tuesday night. Her name was Rosalie, she told me on a Tuesday night. Sat right up front at the kettle, underneath the dim red light. She said she liked the way I hit them strings so full of pain. She said she liked the way I hit them strings so full of pain. Said a voice like mine could make a grown man dance in the rain. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. She'd wait by the stage door every night I finished playing. She'd wait by the stage door every night I finished playing, whispering sweet words that had my better sense delaying. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. Big Sam pulled me aside one night, said, boy, I seen her before. Big Sam pulled me aside one night, said, boy, I seen her before. She run with a fella named Ray, comes round when the crowd is more. I told Big Sam I hear you, but my heart don't listen well. I told Big Sam I hear you, but my heart don't listen well. Been so long since somebody looked at me and broke that lonesome spell. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, you got them green eyes like a storm. Big Sam warned me about your kind, but Lord, I still ain't warm. That's when I met the man himself, come strutting through the door. That's when I met the man himself, come strutting through the door. Sharp suit, gold ring, a smile that seemed to promise so much more. Ray walked up to me easy, shook my hand like we were old friends. Heard you're the one lighting up the kettle these days, he said. Got an ear for talent, Jesse Cole. I know people, real people. Promoters up in Memphis looking for a sound just like yours. Rosalie stood there smiling like she already knew the ending to this story. Big Sam just watched from the bar, didn't say a word. But I saw his jaw tighten up like he was biting back a warning. He already gave me once, and knew I wasn't gonna hear again. I shook Ray's hand anyway. Lord help me, I shook his hand. Don't he treat you right? I looked over at Big Sam, he just shook his head and sighed. I looked over at Big Sam, he just shook his head and sighed. I was too caught up in the shine to see what he was trying to hide. Watch out now! Watch out now! Watch out now! Oh, Rosalie, hey, Rosalie, and that smooth-talking man named Ray. Oh, Rosalie, Rosalie, they got plans for me, so they say. Big plans. Got 6 strings on my shoulder, and I'm walking into a brand new day. Saturday in June. The whole town gathered at the little church on a Saturday in June. Willie stood up as my best man, Marcus playing a wedding tune. Loretta cried before the service even had a chance to start. Loretta cried before the service even had a chance to start. Said Jesse Cole, I always knew you had a good and honest heart. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, ringing out across the town. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, and Lord, I can't stop smiling now. Every road that ever hurt me led me right here, led me down. Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed simple, dressed in white. Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed simple, dressed in white. I forgot every word I'd practiced, just stood there, struck by the sight. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, ringing out across the town. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, and Lord, I can't stop smiling now. Every road that ever hurt me led me right here, led me down. Her daddy spoke the words over us, voice steady, eyes gone soft. Her daddy spoke the words over us, voice steady, eyes gone soft. I thought about my own daddy, watching somewhere up aloft. I thought about the porch back home where this old guitar first learned my hand. I thought about the porch back home where this old guitar first learned my hand. could have seen this day, wished he could understand. But I carried him there with me in the 6 strings on my back. I carried him there with me in the 6 strings on my back. Every lesson that he taught me got me down this very track. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, ringing out across the town. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, and Lord, I can't stop smiling now. Every road that ever hurt me led me right here, led me down. Big Sam made the trip from Clarksville, fiddle tucked beneath his arm. Big Sam made the trip from Clarksville, fiddle tucked beneath his arm. Said wouldn't miss this for the world, boy, wouldn't miss seeing you find your calm. He played a song outside the church while folks threw rice up in the air. He played a song outside the church while folks threw rice up in the air. Old Otis sent his blessing too, said the kettle wished us well from there. Standing there with Junie's hand in mine, watching Big Sam's fiddle dance under the Mississippi sun, I thought about every mile that brought me to this exact moment. Delilah's empty house, the crossroads outside Clarksville, Ray Kingston's cold office, Rosalie's silence, the long walk back to a town I thought I'd lost forever. None of it felt like wasted time anymore. It felt like a road that had to bend through every one of them places to lead me here, to a church full of people who love me plain and honest, to a woman who never once needed me to be anybody but myself. Big Sam caught my eye across the churchyard and gave me a nod, the same nod he gave me the very first day he found me singing on the corner. I understood it now the way I couldn't back then. Some men build you up, some men just walk beside you till you find your own way up. The reception spilled out into Loretta's yard, tables full of food and song. The reception spilled out into Loretta's yard, tables full of food and song. Willie and Marcus led the band, playing loud and playing long. Junie's daddy danced with his daughter, tears he wouldn't quite explain. Junie's daddy danced with his daughter, tears he wouldn't quite explain. I danced with Loretta after, thanking her again and again. As the sun went down on Jackson, I pulled Junie close and swayed. Told her every hard road brought me here, and I'm glad I never strayed. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, now she's carrying my name. Yeah, my wedding bells are ringing, they never felt so free ashamed. Jackson wedding bells are ringing, they never felt so free of shame, free of shame. Every road that ever hurt me led me right here, let me down. Woo! Hey! Whoa! Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed simple, dressed in white. Junie walked in on her daddy's arm, dressed simple, dressed in white. Willie stood up as my best man, Marcus playing, oh, the wedding tune. Loretta cried before the service even had a chance to start. Loretta cried before the service even had a chance to start. Said Jessica, I always knew you had a good and honest heart. Jackson dressed in white. Junior walked in on her daddy's song, dressed simple, dressed in black. Willie stood up as my best man. From a hotel room in a town I can't recall. I rode to Junie from a hotel room in a town I can't recall. Told about the crowd that night, how the music filled the hall. She wrote me back in careful hand, telling about her days at home. She wrote me back in careful hand, telling about her days at home. Simple words about the garden, by the hymn she hummed alone. There's letters passing between towns now, folding up my heart in every line. There's letters passing between towns now, and I read them one more time. Every word she sends feels steadier than any bottle of wine. Will it tease me something fierce whenever mail caught up with us? Will it tease me something fierce whenever mail caught up with us? Said, Cole, you reading that letter slower than the whole darn bus. There's letters passing between towns now, folding up my heart in every line. There's letters passing between towns now, and I read them one more time. Every word she sends feels steadier than any bottle of wine. Marcus laughed along beside him, said little sister's got him good. Marcus laughed along beside him, said little sister's got him good. I just smiled and folded up the letter, kept it tucked beneath my hood. We played a run through Alabama, towns I'd never seen before. We played a run through Alabama, towns I'd never seen before. Every crowd a little bigger, words spreading out from door to door. But every night before I slept, I'd think of that porch and that hummed hymn. But every night before I slept, I'd think of that porch and that hummed hymn. Wondering if a road this long could still lead back again to her and him. There's letters passing between towns now, folding up my heart in every line. There's letters passing between towns now, and I read them one more time. Every word she sends feels steadier than any bottle of wine. A promoter in Birmingham offered a residency steady pay each week. A promoter in Birmingham offered a residency steady pay each week. I thought about staying put a while, thought about what my heart might seek. Well, he said residency's good money, Jesse, but I know that look you got. Well, he said residency's good money, Jesse, but I know that look you got. That's the look of a man who already knows where his heart's tied in a knot. I sat on the edge of a hotel bed in Birmingham, that residency offer in my hand. Good money, steady work, everything a traveling man's supposed to want. After 2 years on the circuit, and all I could think about was Junie's handwriting, careful and plain, telling me about her garden. Like it was the most important news in the world. Funny how a man can chase applause across 3 states and call it freedom, and then realize the thing he's really been chasing is a porch, a hummed hymn sung slightly wrong, and somebody who never once needed him to be anybody but exactly who he already was. I thought about Delilah's note on that kitchen table, watching you stay the same. Maybe this was different. Maybe wanting to go home to somebody wasn't staying the same at all. Maybe it was the whole point of everything the road had been teaching me. and started up the truck. Didn't need to ask me why. We finished out the run through Alabama. Every show still true and bright. We finished out the run through Alabama. Every show still true and bright. But my mind was already back in Jackson, counting down the days and nights. Heading home now. I wrote Junie one last letter before we turned the truck around. I wrote Junie one last letter before we turned the truck around. Told her save me a seat on that porch. Girl, I'm coming back to town. There's letters passing between towns now, but soon I won't need to write. There's letters passing between towns now, 'cause I'm coming home tonight. Got 6 strings on my shoulder and a heart that's finally light.
Well, Ray came back the following week with papers in his hand. Ray came back the following week with papers in his hand. Said, sign right here, Jesse Cole, and I'll make you a household name across this land. He talked about a studio, a record with my name in bold. He talked about a studio, a record with my name in bold. Talked about money coming in faster than a river when it's cold. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Saying, Jesse, this could be the best decision of your time. Rosalie sat close beside me, whispering, go on and sign. Rosalie sat close beside me, whispering, go on and sign. Said, don't you wanna give me nice things? Don't you want that life to shine? Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Saying, Jesse, this could be the best decision of your time. Big Sam sat quiet in the corner, fiddle resting on his knee. Big Sam sat quiet in the corner, fiddle resting on his knee. Didn't say a word that whole night, just kept staring straight at me. I asked him after closing time, Sam, why won't you speak your mind? I asked him after closing time, Sam, why won't you speak your mind? He said, you already made your choice, boy. I can see it in your eyes shine. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and he's putting it in mine. Saying, Jesse, this could be the best decision of your time. I told Big Sam, it's just a contract, don't mean I'm leaving you. I told Big Sam, it's just a contract, don't mean I'm leaving you. He said, son, contracts like that got a way of making old friends few. I ain't saying don't go chase it, every young man's got that right. I ain't saying don't go chase it, every young man's got that right. Just remember who was here before
Sam poured himself a drink, the first I'd seen him take in weeks. And he told me about a boy he knew back in his younger days, a fiddle player twice as good as Sam ever claimed to be, who signed his name to a fella just like Ray, all smiles and gold rings. And 3 years later, that boy was washing dishes in a Memphis diner, his name nowhere on a record that made somebody else rich. I ain't telling you this to scare you, Jesse, Sam said. I'm telling you 'cause somebody should have told me. Read every line, trust the music, not the man selling it. I nodded like I understood. Truth is, I already had that pen in my pocket, and Rosalie's green eyes were the only thing I could really see that night. Next morning, Ray was waiting outside with coffee and a grin. Next morning, Ray was waiting outside with coffee and a grin. Said, Memphis is calling, Jesse Cole, you ready to begin? I look back once at the copper kettle, at the room above the bar. I look back once at the copper kettle, at the room above the bar. Thought about Big Sam's tired eyes and how far I'd come. How far? Just a bit. Rosalie kissed my cheek and smiled, said, baby, this is it. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and now it's stuck in mine too, stuck in mine. Oh, he's got Memphis on his mind, and Lord knows what he'll do. What he'll do, got 6 strings and a signed paper and a whole new life breaking through. With the sun still climbing high, buildings taller than the cotton silos back home. Jesse presses his palm against the window glass and stares at a city that don't know his name but's about to own. Calloway checks him into a hotel with a real doorman. Says this is where the real money starts to come around. Jesse sets his 6 strings on a bed too clean to touch, feels the weight of everything he's leaving in the ground. Big Sam's letters come less often, Clarksdale feels far off. A postcard here, a phone call there, the distance start to grow. Jesse writes back doing fine, Sam, wish that you could see this, but some nights he don't know exactly what it means, or don't quite know. The label sets a meeting with executive suits, talking numbers, talking contracts, talking bigger, talking more. Jesse nods along and signs where they tell him he should sign, not reading every line the way his daddy taught him for. The woman at the label office
Jessie just keeps looking. Something in her smile feels warmer than he's felt all year. Nights start blurring into parties in the higher rooms. Whiskey glasses passed around like water at a well. Jessie plays for smaller crowds, or richer, louder people. Different from the juke joints, different, and it's hard to tell. And the city lights keep burning brighter than the Clarksdale stars, and the whiskey glass keeps filling faster than the passing cars. Six strings in the big house, midnight train still calling. Whiskey glass keeps filling up, I ain't watching close. Six strings in the big house, further from my falling. Feels like I'm becoming someone Daddy wouldn't know. Loretta finds him on the balcony one warm October night. Says, you play like a man who's carrying something heavy cold. Jessie tells her half the truth about a girl and a train. Loretta listens closer than the story that he told. Calloway pulls Jessie aside before the party's over. Says the label wants a new sound, something bigger, something bold. Says maybe soften up that Delta thing you're always playing. Jessie feels something tighten, feels a door start to close cold. Later that night, alone in the hotel room again, Jessie took his daddy's guitar out of its case and just held it for a while without playing anything. He thought about Big Sam's juke joint, the smoke, the smell of rain, the way the whole room used to breathe together when he played something honest. He thought about the meeting today, the men in suits, talking about him like he was a product on a shelf, talking about softening the very sound. They got him out of Mississippi in the first place. He thought about Loretta's laugh, warm and easy, and how easy it would be to lose himself. And laughter that easy, and rooms this soft, and whiskey glasses that never seem to empty all the way. Jessie ran his thumb along the strings, slow, quiet, and whispered to the guitar like it might answer back. I ain't forgetting who I am, I ain't forgetting where I'm from. But even as he said it, some small and honest part of him wasn't so sure he believed it anymore. Morning comes and Calloway's got papers spread across the table. Bigger deal, bigger money, bigger name up in the lights. Jessie signs again a little faster than the last time. Tells himself he's climbing, tells himself he's doing right. Soft, uncertain now. Traffic and re-tangled in the Nashville dark. Two sounds pulling different ways, losing their mark. Six strings in the big house, midnight train still calling. Whiskey glass keeps filling up, I ain't watching close. Six strings in the big house, further from my falling. So far now, Delilah's just a ghost. Daddy's guitar is quieter than it used to sing. Six strings in the big house, I'm becoming someone else's dream. Nashville sleeps beneath him, neon dimming into gray. Jessie stands out on the balcony, glass still in his hand. Six strings resting silent in the corner of the room, wondering when the boy from Clarksdale turned into this man.
Ever rode in my life, Rosalie up front singing along, cutting through the morning like a knife. We passed the fields where I once picked cotton till my hands turned raw. We passed the fields where I once picked cotton till my leaving everything behind me for a life that's just begun. Ray talked the whole way up there about the studio and the sound. Ray talked the whole way up there about the studio and the sound. Said they're gonna hear you, Jesse Cole, all across this town and beyond. Highway to Memphis, rolling under a Delta sun. Highway to Memphis, rolling under a Delta sun, leaving everything behind me for a life that's just begun. I thought about Big Sam standing in that doorway, arms crossed tight. I thought about Big Sam standing in that doorway, arms crossed tight. Didn't wave goodbye, just watched us drive off into the light. Rosalie squeezed my hand and said, "Don't you look back now, baby." Rosalie squeezed my hand and said, "Don't you look back now, baby." But something in my chest kept aching like an old familiar melody. Highway to Memphis, rolling under a Delta sun. Highway to Memphis, rolling under a Delta sun, leaving everything behind me for a life that's just begun. We stopped for gas outside a town I didn't know the name. We stopped for gas outside a town I didn't know the name. We bought cigarettes and coffee, said, "Kid, ain't nothing gonna be the same." I stepped outside and stretched my legs, looked up at the wide open sky. I stepped outside and stretched my legs, looked up at the wide open sky. Wondered if Delilah ever saw this same road when she said goodbye. There's a strange kind of quiet that comes over a man when he realizes he's already too far gone to turn around. I stood by that gas station, 6 strings resting against my leg, and I thought about every road that brought me here. The midnight train that took Delilah, the crossroads outside Clarksville, Big Sam's hand on my shoulder, the first night he called me something more than a stranger. Ray honked the horn, said, "Come on, Jesse, Memphis don't wait for nobody." I climbed back in that car, Rosalie smiled at me like I was already famous. I smiled back, but my heart was still standing at that gas station, watching the road behind me disappear into the dust. By the time we hit the city lights, my hands are gone half numb. By the time we hit the city lights, my hands are gone half numb. Memphis rose up all around us like the beat of a giant drum. Neon signs and blaring horns, more people than I'd ever seen. Neon signs and blaring horns, more people than I'd ever seen. Ray grinned wide and said, "Welcome home, kid, to where you're meant to be." We pulled up to a building with a sign that read Starlight Sound. We pulled up to a building with a sign that read Starlight Sound. My heart was racing faster Jesse can't recall. St. Louis blurs to Kansas City, blurs to who knows where. Every hotel room, the same gold curtains, same tall mirror. Every whiskey glass refilled by hands that seem to care. Ray books the schedule tighter, says strike while the iron's hot. 3 shows a week becomes near 5, then 6 without a rest. Jesse's voice grows rougher, but the crowds don't seem to notice. They just want the Diamond Prince to give them all his best. Loretta tries to slow him, says you're running yourself thin. Jesse waves her off and says this is what the people pay. She watches from the wings each night with worry in her posture, watching how his hands now shake before the whiskey's laid. A woman finds him after shows now, different every city. Says she loves his music, says she's followed him for years. Jesse's lonely in the crowd of 10,000 people cheering. Sometimes lets the loneliness dissolve into severed fears. Loretta finds a lipstick on a collar in Ohio. Doesn't say a word but packs a bag before the dawn. Jesse wakes up to a note instead of her beside him. I love the boy from Clarksdale, I don't know where he's gone. He reads it twice and sets it down and reaches for the whiskey. Third one of the morning, doesn't count them anymore. Ray walks in with schedules, doesn't ask about Loretta, just says we got Cleveland tonight and shuts the hotel door. And the rooms all start to blur now, and the faces start to fade. And somewhere back in Clarksdale, there's a debt he hasn't paid. 6 strings and too many rooms, midnight train forgotten. Whiskey glass keeps filling up while everything I love walks out. 6 strings and too many rooms, everything feels rotten. I used to know the reason why I sing, but now I doubt. Big Sam writes another letter, this one shorter than the last. Says I heard about the girl, son, I'm sorry that she's gone. A man can't chase the whole world and hold on to what matters. You're running faster, Jesse, but I fear you're running wrong. Jesse folds the letter smaller than the ones before it, puts it with the others in a drawer he doesn't check. Ray knocks again with contracts, bigger numbers, bigger cities. Jesse signs without much reading, adds another check. Somewhere around Cleveland, in a room that looked exactly like every other room he'd slept in for the past 6 months. Jesse woke up at 4 in the morning and didn't know what city he was in. He lay there in the dark listening to his own heartbeat and realized he couldn't remember the last time he played guitar just because he wanted to. Not for a crowd, not for a check, not for Callaway, not even for himself, just for the simple joy of a chord ringing true in an empty room. He thought about Loretta's note, folded somewhere in his jacket pocket, but the paper going soft from how many times he'd unfolded it and read it again. He thought about Delilah on that first midnight train, so many years and so many rooms ago. He thought, when did leaving become the only thing I know how to do? He didn't have an answer, he just lay there until the sun came up gray through the curtains. And then he got up and got dressed, because there was a show that night. And the show, Ray always said, the show must go on. Cleveland's crowd don't know Loretta's gone, don't know about the letters, don't know the whiskey glasses stacking higher every night. They just want the music strength's performing. Jesse gives it to them highs, the hollow out of sight. Jesse's harmonica answers, quiet and slow. Silence and retangled in the hollow air. Two sounds searching for a love that isn't there. Six strings in too many rooms, midnight train forgotten. A whiskey glass keeps filling up while everything I love walks out. Six strings in too many rooms, everything feels rotten. Big Sam's letters piling up, I can't make out. Daddy's guitar is heavy now with everything I lost. Six strings in too many rooms, I'm counting up the cost. Cleveland empties out at midnight, buses waiting in the rain. Jesse climbs aboard alone, but read his note still creaks. Six strings in the seat beside him, like the last true friend he's got. Riding on to one more city, one more show, one more feast. Oh, the talk keeps rolling on through cities Jesse can't recall. St. Louis blurs to Kansas City, blurs to who knows where. Every hotel room, the same gold curtain, the same tall mirror. Every whiskey glass refilled by hands that seem to care. Red books, the schedule tighter, says strike while the iron's hot. 3 shows a week becomes near 5, then 6 without a rest. Jesse's voice grows rougher, but the crowds don't seem to notice. They just want the diamond prince to give them all his best. Loretta tries to slow him, says you're running yourself thin. Jesse wears it off and says this is what the people.
The letter comes from Callaway's lawyers, thick as any Bible. Says a label wants a meeting, says there's trouble with the books. Jesse sits alone and reads it twice beneath the hotel lamplight. Feels the weight of every number, every careful glance he took. Turns out raised $10,000 was just the surface showing. Deeper in the ledgers, deeper than Miss Hattie found. There's contracts signed by Jesse's hand he don't remember reading. Clauses buried thick as roots beneath familiar ground. The lawyer says the label owns the songs he wrote in Memphis, owns the masters, owns the publishing, owns near everything. Jesse feels his stomach drop the way it did that night at Beale Street, when he first picked up the pen and thought he understood the thing. You signed it, Mr. Cole, the lawyer says without much feeling. Standard clause, we all agree to terms we rarely read. Jesse thinks about his daddy's warning about the fine print. Thinks about the pen he took too quick, too full of need. Callaway won't take his calls now, hiding behind secretaries. The friendly grin from Beale Street traded for a closing door. Jesse learns the hardest lesson of the whole big shining city, that the men who raised him up can drop him faster than before. Oh, the tour dates start to cancel, 1, then 2, then near a dozen. Word spreads quick through Nashville that the Cole boys caused a stir. Jesse sits alone in hotel rooms that used to feel like kingdoms, watching all the diamonds turn to something dark and blurred.
stops ringing daily, and the crowds start growing thin. And the paper that once raised him now is closing tighter in. Six strings and a lawyer's letter, midnight train derailing. Whiskey glass can't fix the contract signed too fast, too blind. Six strings and a lawyer's letter, everything I'm failing to hold on to is written down in someone else's mind. Jesse calls Big Sam collect, first time in near a year now. Voice cracking just a little when he says, Sam, I messed up bad. Big Sam listens quiet, doesn't say I told you so, boy. Just says, come on home a while, son, ain't nothing here that's had. But Jesse can't come home just yet, their show's still under contract. Lawyers say he's bound to play or face a bigger loss. Jesse picks his daddy's guitar up, heavier than ever. Walks out to another stage, another debt, another cost. That night before the show, Jesse sat backstage alone and read through the contract one more time, slow, word by word, the way his daddy always told him to. Too late for it to matter now, but he read it anyway, like a man walking back through a house that's already burned down, just to understand how the fire started. He found his own signature at the bottom of page after page, each one a little smaller, a little more rushed than the last. Like even his own hand had been getting tired of pretending to pay attention. He thought about the boy on the platform in the rain, holding a business card like it was made of glass. That boy hadn't known what glass could cut you. Jesse closed the contract and set it down, and picked up his guitar instead, the one document in his whole life that had never once tried to trick him. At least I still got you, he said quiet to no one, to the strings. The show that night is smaller than the ones from just months back. Empty seats scattered like missing teeth throughout the hall. Jesse plays anyway, plays honest like the old days back in Clarksdale. Feels something strange and almost peaceful, even as things fall. Jesse's harmonica answers,
that's all I've got tonight.
Silence and reed tangled in the half-filled hall.
Two sounds holding steady,
though everything might fall. Six strings and a lawyer's letter, midnight train derailing. Whiskey glass can't